Hi there, Matt Battiata Real Estate at eXp Realty. I wanted to make this short video just to give you a very brief overview of the opportunity of eXp Realty. So I'm going to share my screen with you and just very quickly go over this. This will be the shortest video you're ever going to see about eXp, and it's going to give you a very concise overview of the opportunity. So let me tell you really quickly about my background. I've been in the business since 1999. I started with Realty Executives here in San Diego. I had a great experience there. I was with them from 99 until 2003, but I really wanted to start my own brokerage. So in 2003, I started the Battiata Real Estate Group, independent brokerage, and I was independent from 2003 all the way until 2019 when I joined eXp. And again, it's been the best move I've ever made in real estate. So I'm going to show you what attracted me to the opportunity. So the way I got exposed to the opportunity of eXp, in 2018, a good friend of mine who was a very successful agent with Coldwell Banker, had a team, called me up and he said, listen, Matt, I'm leaving Coldwell Banker and I'm joining this company called eXp Realty, which I'd never heard of at the time. And he said, you should really check it out. It's a game changer. It's the future of real estate. Of course, I told him I would never be interested. I have my own brokerage. I'm not interested in joining a brokerage. I've been recruited by every company out there. From Keller Williams to Berkshire Hathaway, you name it. And I'm just not interested in joining a company. So the other thing is I was getting ready to go away. I was taking a sabbatical year. My wife and I took our kids on an extended trip around the world back in 2018. So I just said, look, I don't want to hear anything about real estate. So we left, we went on our trip. I came back in January of 2019. And I looked around and I noticed that all these friends of mine, both here in San Diego and around the country, had all joined this brokerage called eXp Realty. So I thought, if all these really smart, successful agents and brokers are joining this company, there must be something to it. So then I took a very deep dive, took a very close look at the opportunity, and I was blown away by the opportunity. And so I actually moved my brokerage over to eXp in February of 2019. So again, and it's been, again, best move I've ever made. So I'm going to very quickly show you what I think the opportunity is with eXp, and you can see if it's for you. So real quick. This is, these are, remember I said we took a trip around the world. These are pictures of our family. That's in Sri Lanka. We had actually 22 countries on our trip, from Egypt to India, Japan, Australia, all over Europe, Thailand. Just an amazing trip. That's what those pictures are all about. But anyway, when I came back, I looked into it. And so this is what I found. This is the founder, Glenn Sanford. He was an agent just like all of us, a very successful agent. And he had this idea to start the first cloud-based brokerage, one that was not a franchise. And the idea of being cloud-based, very low overhead, and not a franchise, meaning that way the company, again, has very low overhead and can share the revenue with the agents who help grow the company. And so that was the genesis in 2009 of eXp Realty. So for lack of a better analogy, the Netflix or the Amazon of real estate, because the company does not own any brick and mortar offices. It does not rent any brick and mortar offices. So the overhead is very, very low. The company is managed in the cloud. Now, with that said, and again, not a franchise, we, the agents, still have offices. So some of us rent offices. Some of us work out of our homes, which is where I am now. But we also all have a free membership with Regus Office Suites. There's, I think, 17 or 18 Regus Office Suites here in San Diego. There's almost 4,000 around the world. And we all have a free membership, so we can go into any Regus Office Suite, use the business lounge, rent a conference room if we need one, meet with clients, et cetera. So, and I believe there's somewhere between 14 and 18 Regus Office Suites here in San Diego. One of my daughters, for example, goes to college in London. And so when I'm visiting her in London, I can go into any Regus Office Suite in London, get a cup of coffee, use the Wi-Fi, do some work, et cetera. Okay, so this is the split that we're all on here at eXp. We're on an 80-20 split. The split is capped at $16,000 a year. So once you've made $80,000 in commissions, you're at 100% commission for the rest of the year, which is amazing. There's a few standard costs that we all pay. When you first join, there's a $149 startup fee. And then each month, we all just pay an $85 a month cloud brokerage fee. That's it. Gets you access to a lot of technology, which I'll show you in a second. And then on each transaction, it's a $25 broker review fee only and a $40 risk management fee, which is E&O insurance. The risk management fee, by the way, is capped at $500 a year. So once you're at 13 transactions, you've capped out on that risk management fee. I always give an example that I usually cap, second, third, fourth month of the year. And after that, I'm always at 100% commission. So it's cheaper for me to work under eXp than it was for me to be an independent broker. So one really interesting thing, and something I was not expecting to get when I joined eXp, is the culture of collaboration. So we all share everything at eXp. And in fact, in our group, we do 2 mastermind calls a week. We share listing presentations, buyer presentations, scripts, digital marketing campaigns, email campaigns, direct mail campaigns. We have free training. One of our coaches is Brian Moses, who's the former #2 agent in the world for Coldwell Banker 2 years in a row. And he coaches all of the people in our group for free, as do I. So we all share everything. I know a lot of agents here in San Diego who I've been friends with for years, but we all looked at each other like competitors. And so we never really shared things because we didn't want to be, competing against each other. At eXp, we're all in it together. We're one big family, and we literally share everything: listing presentations, buyer presentations, marketing pieces that work really well, et cetera. So that was a really unexpected benefit of coming over to eXp. Another thing you get at eXp is a free KV Core website. If you're not familiar with KV Core is, in my opinion, the best or one of the best lead generation platforms out there for real estate. I used to pay about $600 a month for a KV Core website. I now get it for free. And everybody at eXp gets a free KV Core website. There's drip email campaigns, drip text messaging campaigns. Great lead generator. And you can do it yourself, or you can use eXp's in-house lead generation. So eXp is very big on training. There's actually about 80 hours of live training a week. It's all done in the cloud. So over the internet, which means you can access it from anywhere you have access to the internet. It's on every topic you can imagine, from lead gen, listing presentations, using social media, utilizing your CRM and technology and so forth. So it's really amazing. This is a screenshot that I took. To get back to it, this is a screenshot that I took January 3rd of last year. And this is literally just the classes that are available. Again, keep in mind, this is 2 days after New Year's Day. This is just the training that's available until 11 a.m. So you can see just an unbelievable amount of training, and you can take it from anywhere that you have access to the internet. On this particular day, I was actually in Hawaii on vacation, and I took a class on luxury real estate marketing, literally from my laptop in Hawaii. So pretty amazing. So the company is managed in the cloud. We call it eXp World. We call it also the Real Estate Office of the Future. It's a cloud campus. So it's like a virtual campus. So it's like whatever like what you would think of as a university campus or a corporate campus. There's different, classrooms, offices, auditoriums, et cetera. You create an avatar for yourself and you go into the world. And you're talking to another avatar, but you're talking to a live person. It works. So if you have to go to the broker's office, for example, you're going to be talking to a live person, a live California broker, or whichever state you're in, within about 30 seconds. So it works incredibly well. You don't have to. Now you can pick up the phone and call if you'd like, but otherwise, this works incredibly well. You don't have to leave a voicemail. You don't have to shoot an email. You get instant help with whatever you need. And that's also where we take all of our classes. Okay, so this is revenue share. Remember I said eXp is not a franchise. And so there's no, franchise owners and regional franchisees to take up the revenue that have to be paid. And there's no brick and mortar. So the revenue, the overhead is very, very low. So this is how eXp shares the revenue with the agents who help grow the company. And eXp shares 50% of the generated revenue that the agents generate with the agents in the company who help grow the company. So here's how it works. There's 7 levels or 7 tiers, as you see there on the left margin. In the middle, those dollar amounts add up to $16,000. So that's the $16,000 split that we all pay to eXp. So here's how it works. Let's say that you are an agent with eXp and I'm an independent. I'm with Betty out of real estate, or I'm with Coldwell Banker or whatever, and we do a transaction together. And let's say you're the listing agent, I'm the buyer's agent. We work together for 30 days. We close escrow, and we're both professional agents, so the transaction goes pretty smoothly. And we talk on the phone at the end, and I say, gosh, it was great to work with you. It's so nice to work with a professional agent like yourself, and I hope we can do it again soon. But then maybe I say, you know, by the way, I noticed you're with this company, eXp Realty, and I feel like I hear a lot about that company lately. You know, how long have you been there? Where were you before? How do you like it? And you tell me all the things you love about eXp. You know, the split's amazing. We're capped at 16 grand a year. We have revenue sharing, we have training, all the amazing things that eXp has. And based on that conversation and maybe a couple more, maybe I watch a video like this, I decide to move over to eXp. So you would be my sponsor and I would be on your tier one because you're the one that attracted me to eXp. And so as a reward or an award to you, eXp would share $2,800 with you every year out of the revenue that I generate for the company. So again, it doesn't come out of my commission. It comes out of that $16,000 split that I'm paying to eXp. And so eXp is basically sharing that $2,800 with you. You can look at it as a referral fee, right? But here's the good part. It's not just this year. It's every year for the rest of my career in real estate. You're going to get $2,800, which again, doesn't come out of my commission. It comes out of that $16,000 split that I'm paying to eXp every year. Okay. And that's totally passive recurring income to you, where you don't even have to get out of bed in the morning. You're going to get that $2,800 every year. Now I'm an eXp agent. I'm out selling real estate, and I'm, you know, doing deals, and I do a deal with, you know, Betty, who's a Coldwell Banker agent. And the same thing happens. We work together for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, we close escrow, we talk on the phone. And maybe I say to Betty, I say, you know, Betty, you were a really great agent. And I'm sure you're very happy at Coldwell Banker or Sotheby's or wherever you are, but you should really check out eXp. It's a game changer. And I tell Betty all the great things that I love about eXp and why I think it's a great opportunity. And she ends up joining eXp. Okay. Now she'd be on my tier one because I personally attracted her to eXp. And so I'd get $2,800 a year, but she'd be on your tier two because you attracted me and then I attracted Betty. So you'd get $3,200 out of Betty's split. Again, doesn't come out of her commission. It comes out of that $16,000 split that she's paying to eXp. Even though you don't even know Betty, you'd get $3,200 because she'd be on your tier two. And then anybody Betty attracted be on your tier three, anybody they attracted be on your tier four, and it goes that way for 7 levels deep. So that's revenue sharing. And let me show you a real life example of how that works. This is a 5-year example. It's called 10 Who Sponsor 10. So here's how it works. Let's say you're an eXp agent and you're just selling real estate. You're not super focused on recruiting like most agents. And so let's say you only end up attracting 2 agents a year over 5 years. That's it, which is, by the way, almost impossible not to do. So at the end of 5 years, you would have, 5 years times 2, you'd have 10 agents on your tier one, right? And 10 times 2,800 is $28,000 a year. And let's say those 10 agents that you attracted over 5 years, let's say they do the exact same thing. They only attract 2 agents a year over 5 years. Well, like compounding interest, now you'd have 100 agents on your tier two. And believe it or not, that would be $348,000 a year of totally passive recurring income, totally separate from selling real estate. Okay. So that's revenue share. And again, let's say those 100 agents on your tier two, they each attracted, 3 agents. Now you'd have 300 on your tier three, and it goes that way for 7 levels deep. So for me, that's what really attracted me to eXp, because I've been doing this for 24 years. I love selling real estate, but I don't want to have to do it until I'm 100 years old. I've got 5 kids. And so I've always been, trying to invest in things to generate passive revenue my entire career in real estate. I've never seen a model like this that generates passive revenue the way eXp's revenue share model does. So that's revenue sharing. You'd get $348,000 a year. just on that model. The neat thing about RevShare, you're not restricted to just attracting agents here in San Diego or even here in California, or even in the United States. You can attract agents anywhere eXp operates. eXp is currently in 24 countries around the world. You know, one of my daughters goes to college in London. And so when I'm in London visiting her, eXp is in the UK. I can walk into any real estate office and say, hey, my name's Matt. I'm from California. Have you guys ever heard about eXp Realty? And if they say no, I can tell them about it. And if they end up joining eXp, not only am I going to share in the revenue that they generate for eXp, I'm going to share in the revenue of everyone that they attract and that they attract and that they attract 7 levels deep. Okay. So that's revenue share. I'll get back to that in a second. The other thing that we have at eXp is stock. So eXp is a publicly traded company. It's on the NASDAQ. And we, the agents, are all shareholders. In fact, we all own about over 80% of the company. And there's 3 ways that we all become shareholders in the company. So the number one way is sustainable equity plan. Basically, at different milestones throughout the year, we're all gifted or awarded stock. Okay. So when you close your first deal, when you hit the cap, when an agent that you attract to the company, when they do their first deal, you are awarded stock. You don't even have to pay for it. Okay. It's free. The second way that we get stock is the Icon Agent Award. So the Icon Agent Award, basically you're an Icon agent at eXp if you hit a certain level of production. And if you hit that level of production, as an award, you get your entire $16,000 split back in company stock. So every year that I've been here at eXp, I've been what we call an Icon agent. And so I've gotten my entire $16,000 split back in company stock. So it's basically cost me virtually nothing to work here because I've gotten that entire $16,000 split back every year. The last way we get stock is the agent equity program. That's optional. If you enroll in that program, eXp will take 5% of every commission check and buy you the stock at a 10% discount. So, you know, if the stock's at $20, you get it at $18. And you don't have to do that, but I do it on every transaction. It's amazing. I think that the stock is an incredible opportunity with the growth that eXp has. So that's the stock. Last thing I'm going to mention is eXp has an incredible agent healthcare program. When I was an independent agent, I had my insurance through Blue Shield of California because I have 5 kids. There's 7 of us with my wife. Back in 2017, I was paying about $4,000 a month for our family's insurance for a PPO. I moved over to eXp. It saves me about $3,000 a month. So it saves me $36,000 a year in health insurance costs. And when we use it, it's actually better insurance than what we got through Blue Shield of California. So the healthcare is huge. These are just different technology pieces that we all get. Workplace is a Facebook page for 88,000 eXp agents. SkySlope is online transaction management. By the way, I still use the same TC I've used for years. You can use anybody that you want. Enterprise, as I mentioned, is like a dashboard. You can go in and get a really good snapshot of your business. So that's it in a nutshell. You can also do all your marketing branding online. We all do all of our marketing branding online. So it's an incredible opportunity. I know that's a lot of information. If I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My cell number is 760-390-3895. Thank you for listening. I'm glad you took a look at this. I think it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Not only is it the best opportunity I've ever come across in real estate, it's the best opportunity I've come across in any business. And I think the next 2 to 5 years will be the biggest opportunity with eXp. So I hope you found this helpful, and I hope to hear from you soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.